Good morning. Morning to our audience today here on YouTube. This is Talk for Kids. Tell my story, mommy. And I am your host, Elishaba. I am a YCCA, a Youth Community Care Advocate. A Youth Community Care Advocate for young people all over the earth. And I'm also just a CCA, a community care advocate for any age number because abuse is not just among young people today. You have old people abusing or killing or hurting or destroying someone. So I'm just an all over kind of community person for young people and young adults, I would say. Again, my name is Elishaba, and I am a community advocate. And I'm here today to speak to you concerning abuse. Concerning abuse. This is a major, 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 major problem that's going on today in the world all over the earth, with America being the head capital of mental, sexual, physical, verbal abuse. America is the number one country in the world that have all kinds of death. Yes, concerning or dealing with abuse. Okay, so me as a black woman that live in America and that is from America, I understand that abuse. I understand what's going on concerning the abuse of children from the age of newborns all the way up into 15, 12 years old, young children. Then you also got young adults, or should I say adults or grown people that have grew up now, and they have been abused as young men and young women, and now they haven't dealt with the issues of their abuse or their childhood trauma or their childhood wounds or their childhood pain that they went through as children. Now it is displaying and it's acting out in their behavior. So that's why I worded the video the way that I worded it today. Why are they killing the mommies every day? Why are people, men and women, taking the lives of their mothers? And this is going on every day in some parts of the world. You have a man killing his mama, okay? Or you have a woman killing her mom. Why? Or their daddy. Why? I mean, what is going on here in this society? What is going on here in this world? I mean, there's no way that the people in this world can continue to just act like everything is so normal around you when it's not. When you can listen to everything on the news and look at everything that's going on, excuse me, in our earth today, in our world, and you can continue with your life and you can continue with what you think and what you're doing without having no kind of remorse and no kind of emotion and no kind of pain, there's definitely something wrong with you mentally and emotionally. You are emotionally disconnected also. So I would say that you are one of those people that have been abused yourselves. Okay? Everybody have been abused. Everybody have been abused. Everybody from your mom, your auntie, your cousin, your grandma, your uncle, your nephews, everybody has been abused in this world some kind of way. No, you are not normal. No, you are not normal. And Talks for Kids, Tell My Story, Mommy, is here to address this serious issue today because it is an issue and it is a real big problem right now. When you read in the news or you read in the YouTube videos or whatever your social media platform is, when you go in and see videos and posts where people done killed their mama, or I just read in the news the other day, you know this black young man, I would say he in his 30s, like 32, 33 years old. He was living with his mama. He was living with his mama and he was living with his niece. Okay? And the news say that him and his mama got into an argument. They got into an argument. That's what it was. They got into an argument about something. Probably the mama trying to tell him something that he can't do in her house, or that she don't want him to do in her house, or maybe he was disrespecting her or said something to her. But anyway, it was an argument between the mama and the son. Okay? And he took a knife and stabbed his mama so many times. He stabbed her and stabbed her. And then he turned around and killed the niece, the little girl that was living with them. He's the uncle of the little girl. He killed her. So he kept stabbing his mama. And the mama she managed to run out the house to the front yard. And then the neighbors say they seen her son come out the house with a gun and gunned his mama down right there on their front yard. So people, this is the kind of stuff that's going on in the world right now. And you want to think your world is so pretty and your world is so good and everything gonna be all right and everything gonna be okay. I'm just gonna let little Bessie and little Sue grow up, and I'm gonna send little Bob and Michael to college, and they're just gonna be good. They're gonna be successful, and you just thinking that this society that we are living in, this world that we are living in, could continue. And it cannot. It cannot, because it is too much death. It's too much death and it's too much destruction among family members, cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, daddies, mamas. It's too much of that. It's too much of that. We're not living back in 1960 and 1950 and 1940 and 1970. We living in a time right now where the love of man, or the love of a son, or the love of a daughter have waxed very, or the love of a mama, or the love of a daddy have waxed very cold. This is where we are right now. This is where we at emotionally. Emotionally, the love of people have waxed so very cold. They are like stone right now. The people are like stone, like a rock. They don't have no feelings. They don't have no emotions. They're not concerned about you and them and they and what they got. No, this young man, 30 some years old, stabbed his mom to death in the house. The woman ran out, his mama ran out to get away. He would not even let his mama get away. He would not even let his mama get away. He got the gun and went on outside and finished the job on his mama, his own mama. He killed her. And this goes on every day. Every day, somebody is killing and gunning down their mama or their daddy or their, sister. Yes, it's going on every day, people. That's what I'm here as the advocate of the community. He could let his mama run and go to the neighbor house and get some help. He already had stabbed her so many times and had killed his little niece in the house. He already going to prison for that. But he had to take the gun and gun his mama down right on her own front yard. Gun her down. No, is they crazy? I hear so many people say, oh, the devil in them, the devil getting in them, the devil getting in them. No, it is childhood abuse. It is childhood trauma. That man that gunned his mama down on the yard and stabbed her, he have been through some childhood abuse and childhood trauma with his mother growing up. Growing up, living in the household with his mom, probably his daddy might not even been there. The average black child don't even have a daddy living with them, especially in America. It usually just be the mom. But he went through some childhood trauma and abuse with the mama. There's no way, there's no way that a son who love his mother, who don't have no problem with his mother, who honor and respect his mother, there is no way that he can get a knife and stab his mom and then take a gun and gun her down. There's no way. He actually hates his mother. And why do he hate his mother? Him and so many other men and women that have killed their mamas and they in prison right now for doing that. You got so many, you got young children that have killed their mom. You have young children that's incarcerated right now for killing their mama. Just because they couldn't get what they want, or the mama wouldn't buy them what they wanted them to buy or wanted them to do. You have different scenarios, different events why these children take the lives of their mother. They tie the mom up, beat them to death, cut them up, all kind of stuff. I read another news article where it said this another black man. I think this happened maybe a year ago. I'm not sure about the time. He said that he chopped his black man in his 30s, maybe 38, 39, 40 years old. He took a whatever knife, chainsaw, whatever weapon that he used, and he cut his mama up into pieces. He cut his mama up into pieces, and then he turned around and ate her body. Can y'all see the sickness of this childhood abuse, this childhood trauma, how it is running the people crazy and running the people nuts? Wounds that they have carried since they was little boys and little girls. Wounds. How the mama beat them, how the mama neglected them, how the mama mistreated them, how the mama starved them to death, how the mama raped them and abused them and molested them, or took them to somebody else's house and let them rape and molest and abuse them. They've been through all of that as children. Now they are grown people and they have been carrying these wounds. These wounds they carry around in their soul, in their heart, every single day. They carrying them. And this is why I created this channel, Talk for Kids, Tell My Story, Mommy, because I would like to do something to try to help these men and these women and these little girls and these little boys that's ending their life through suicides, through, all kind of ways. You got people just dying all around you. So this is why I created this channel, to try to address these issues that is going on in our world. Okay? Yes, I know a lot about childhood abuse. I went through it myself. I told you, everybody been abused by their mama, by their daddy, by their auntie, by their grandma, by their teacher in the school, by going to school, you get bullied. Everybody been through some form of abuse, some form of abuse. And that's why the people in this world are the way that they are. That's why that's the way because they haven't dealt with what mama did to them when she was 3 years old. They haven't dealt with what mama did to them when they were 6 years old. They haven't dealt with how mama mistreated them, how mama did with them when they was 8 years old. They haven't dealt with it. They haven't dealt with it. Now they are grown. But now today you have children, young children, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. You have young children right now that's being abused also. I mean, it goes on and on from generation to generation because there is absolutely nothing being done about this childhood trauma and this childhood pain that's been going on for generations. There's absolutely nothing been done about it. No kind of support groups, no kind of groups, no kind of laws, no kind of nothing in place to try to help this society to deal with their emotional pain and trauma of their childhood past. You got children right now going through the same thing that I went through when I was 6 years old. You have children right now going through the same thing that I went through when I was 3 years old. You have children right now going through the same thing that I went through when I was 12 years old. Yes. You have children now. So didn't nobody help me when I was 7 years old, 5 years old, 3 years old, 6 years. Nobody reached out to me. I mean, not even one adult to help me. And you know what? That was way back then. And now today, it's even worse than that. No, I didn't kill my grandma. I didn't kill my grandma. My grandma did some horrific things to me. Horrific, horrific things to me, to all her grandchildren that she could get a hold to. Horrific. I didn't kill her. I didn't take her life. I didn't do none of that. I didn't like her. I didn't want to go to her house no more because every time I went to her house, things happened to me in her house. So no, I didn't want to go to grandma's house. Did I kill my grandma? Did I take a knife? Did I take a gun and gun her down? No. I dealt with the pain. I dealt with the trauma. I dealt with all of that. And it destroyed my life. And that's what's going on right now. That's exactly what's going on right now in this earth. It is destroyed. It is and it has destroyed the minds of the people. The people are losing their mind. They have lost their mind. They're snapping out. They're zoning out. They're going crazy because they can't deal with it. Did it run me crazy? Absolutely, it ran me crazy what grandma did to me. Absolutely. At 16 years old, I didn't want to live no more. I didn't want to live. 10 years old, I didn't want to live. No, I didn't want to live. So yes, it disturbed me emotionally. It destroyed me as a woman, what I went through as a little girl. Growing up at grandma's house. Don't forget about my mama now. Don't forget about mama. Mama had she had her hand in it also to destroy her own child. Yes, mama had her hand in it also to destroy her own child. Daddy, all of them. Auntie, them. Yes, all of them. But I thank God today. I thank God today, parents. I thank God today that I made it through all of that. I made it through all of that. And I still have my right mind. I still have my right. It was times that I didn't have my right mind, but I have it today. And that's why I am here as the advocate for young men and women all over the earth. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So all this abuse, yes, mom, grandma, all of that. No, I didn't kill them. I didn't hurt my mom. I didn't hurt her. I confront my mama right now today, and she act innocent like she haven't done nothing. Most of the abusers, when you confront them, they act innocent. They say, "Oh, well, what you talking about? That's in the past. That already happened. Don't bring that up. We don't need to talk about that." We don't need to talk about that. That's in the past. That's over. No, it's not in the past, mama. No, it's not in the past, grandma. No, it's not in the past, daddy. No, it's not in the past, auntie. No, it's not in the past. Why? Because it's affecting my mind right now. It's affecting my feelings. It's affecting my life. It's affecting the way that I am right now. No, it's not in the past. It's very much prevalent, alive right now, today in my life. But see, the abusers, they want to keep on abusing you. They don't want to admit what they have done wrong to you. They don't want to admit it. They want to pretend and act like they ain't done nothing to you. Why? Because they are abusers and they could care less about how you feel. They don't have a conscience. They don't have a conscience at all. I'm talking about the people that's doing the abusing to the child. And the child grow up, the young man or the young woman grow up, and they become abusers. They become abusers. They grow, they build, then they become abusers. Then they have children, they abuse their children. They mistreat their children. They do the same exact thing that their mom and their daddy and auntie and them did to them. The same exact thing, grandma and them. Same exact thing. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And what I noticed. So yeah, that man, he said, I ate my mom. I sliced her up in many pieces and I ate my mom. My God. My God. My God. My God. What kind of world has this became? How can you eat your mama? How can you kill your mama? How? Because your mama did something so bad to you. So bad to you when you was a little boy and you was a little girl. So bad to you that it's haunting you. It's haunting your soul. It's haunting your mind. You can't sleep at night. You having nightmares. You having nightmares. You having flashbacks. You having memories of the pain and the agony and the misery that your mama took you through. So talk for kids. Tell my story, mom. Ain't nobody here telling nobody's story. Nobody is here telling. The mama is not here telling the story. Matter of fact, my mama not here, your mama not here, they mama not here. No mama is here telling the story. Why? Because they want to play the innocent role, like they haven't done nothing to you, and you just forget about that little boo, forget about that Sue, it's in the past. See this little girl right here on the picture? She got a black eye, a black eye. And her mama got, her mama got her hand around her shoulder like, it's okay that you got a black eye. I'm the one black your eye, and it's okay. See, this is how the abusers do. They abuse you, mental, physically, verbally, all kind of ways. They abuse you, and then they want to play the victim. They want to play the victim. Then they start saying, well, you made me do it. Well, you shouldn't have did this, or you shouldn't have did that, and I wouldn't have did this to you, and I wouldn't have did that. No, they begin to be the victim when you are really the victim. And that's how the abusers, the moms and the daddy, and auntie and grandma know, this is how they can continue uh, continue in your life, and you continue to treat them like they're your mama and like they're your daddy now and your grandma now because they play the victim. You are never the victim. You are never the victim. You never the victim. Every time I got abused when I was a child growing up, every time I got auntie them, they always play good. Well, you was just a bad little girl and this happening. They play the victim. As long as they play the victim in your life, you're going to think that it was your fault that mama blacked my eye. It was my fault that mama didn't feed me no food for 7 days. It was my fault that mama locked me in a closet and beat me for 5 days straight. It was my fault that mama let daddy molest me because I was being a bad little girl. It was my fault that mama told daddy to come in my room and molest me because I was being a bad little. It was my fault. It was my fault that mama let, my next door neighbor come over to my house and have sex with me, and the next door neighbor gave her $20. It was my fault. No, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. And that's why people are losing it right now. Because they starting to understand. I'm talking about these older men and women that have been abused. They starting to understand and realize that it was not my fault. It was mama's fault. So I'm going to kill mama right now for the way mama treated me. Oh, it was not my fault. It was grandma's fault. I'm going to grandma's house and I'm going to kill her. Oh, it was not my fault. See, they starting to understand now that it was not their fault. So they taking a gun and going up in the whole house and shooting everybody up in the family. Because everybody in the family have abused them and mistreated them and did them wrong. So they take a knife or a gun and just kill everybody in the family. Yes, it's so many people in prison right now for killing 7 people in their family, 8 people in their family, gunning them down. Because they realized that it was not my fault. Y'all talked about me. Y'all criticized me. Y'all judged me. Y'all mistreated me. Y'all made me feel like I was nothing and nobody in this family. And mama was right along with y'all. Y'all all went against me. So I'm going to take all of y'all life up out of this earth. And you got so many men and women that's in prison today for that very thing, because they starting to realize that it was not their fault that they feeling the way that they are feeling. Oh, it's my mama's fault, it's my dad, it's my cousin, it's my auntie now. And they just kill everybody in sight. This is what's going on. Because again, the abusers, the mamas and the daddies, no auntie, no grandma, the abusers will not ever confess to what they have done wrong to you. They will not do it. They will not do it. I done called my mom. I done called my mom. I done told my mama, yeah, I remember what you did to me. I remember what my auntie did, my grandma and them did to me. I remember. And right now, today, she still want to play the innocent role, like nothing happened and she had nothing to do with it. Right now, today. And see, that's why these young men and young women today, they going crazy and going up in the house and shooting everybody down, because everybody in the house won't come to the young man or the young woman and say, you know what, we did talk to you very bad when you was a little boy. We did mistreat you. We did overlook you when you was a little girl. We didn't do you right. We did you wrong. We made you feel bad. We made you feel not important in this family. So could you please forgive us? Please forgive us. I admit that I did you wrong. I admit that I treated you wrong. I admit that I wasn't the best sister to you. I wasn't the best brother to you. I admit it. I admit. I admit that I wasn't the best mom to you. I admit that I wasn't the best dad to you. Please just forgive me, son. Just forgive me, daughter. Just forgive me, baby. Little Sue, little May. Just forgive me. Please, mommy, sorry. Mama, sorry. I did wrong. I wasn't in my right mind because I've been abused too. I've been abused by my mama and my dad and my sister and my brother. So I abuse you because I've been abused. Just forgive me, please. But can they do that? The abusers? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is the problem. This is one of the problems. You got other problems. This is one of them. This is one of them. That's why I tell my story, mommy. The mommies ain't gonna tell the story. How they beat little Reginald with a skillet on top of his head till he was knocked out. And they put him in the closet until he came back to conscious. Them mommies ain't gonna tell the story. How they tied up little Ray Ray, tied him up, beat him so bad, beat him so bad that he had blood gushing out of his body, little Ray Ray. And they tied him up and threw him in the basement for a whole month without feeding him. Them mommies is not gonna tell them stories. That mommy ain't gonna tell that story. How she molest her son and had sex with her own son till he got 18 years old or 12 years old or 15 years old or 10 years old. How she molest her own son whenever she, felt like she needed some sex. She would go in her son, little Michael room, go in little Michael and little Wayne room, go in little Michael and little Wayne room and, knock on the door and go in there. Little Michael and little Wayne, they sleeping in the bed. They sleeping in the bed. But the mama go in there and get in the bed with them and start rubbing on them and feeling on them. And, little Michael and little Wayne, because they love their mama so much, and they look up to their mom and they want to make their mama happy no matter what it is. They want to make their mama happy. So they just do whatever the mama wants them to do, even though they know it's wrong. Even though they know it's wrong. And they never tell nobody about what mama did to them. They never report mama to the police. They never report mama to nobody. They keep it a secret. They keep it a secret. See, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is reality. This is real life. This is reality, and this is real life. Nobody gonna help little Connie. Little Connie been molested by her uncle. Molested by her uncle. Every time her uncle come to babysit little Connie, the uncle pulling down her she 3 years old, 5, 6, 7, pulling down her little panties, playing inside of her panties, going up in her little uterus that she had, her little vagina, as a little 3, 5, 7, 8-year old girl, going up in her vagina with his finger. Yes, Uncle Joe, Uncle Tom, Uncle Billy, Uncle Sam. Yes, that's with little Connie. Mama take you over there. Mama know that Uncle Joe doing that to you. Mama already know that Uncle Joe doing that to you. Uncle Joe been through abuse himself. That's his sister. That's her brother. She been through abuse. Mama and them did that to her. Yes. But the abusers would never, ever say anything. They die. They die with all of that evil that they have done to their little nieces, their little nephews, their children, their grandchildren. They died. They died with that stuff in them. They died. They bury it with them when they leave the earth. Yes. I have confronted my abusers. I have confronted them, and they still will not be back. What do that mean? That means that when they did the abuse to you or to me or to them or whoever, they enjoyed doing the abuse to you. They enjoyed doing it to us. They enjoyed every minute of having sex with their little niece. Marilyn having sex with her little niece at 6 years old. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed every minute of it. Yes. Yeah. Uncle Ray enjoyed molesting you, raping you. Yes, giving you a baby. You know, you 12 years old, you got a baby by your uncle. Don't nobody even know that's your uncle, baby. Because your mama hid it, your uncle hid it, y'all hid it together. This is the kind of things going on. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. Why? Because you don't want to tell the stories, mommy. You don't want to come on here tell the stories, people, to what mama and grandma and them and uncle and them did to you, and auntie and them and cousin. You don't want to come on here and tell your story. The more stories we tell about our abuse and our abusers, and let these people know in the world what kind of people these people are that call themselves our mama, call themselves our daddies, call themselves our caregivers. Until you tell the story, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. They must be revealed. They must be revealed in order to be stopped. In order to stop this abuse that's, oh my God, it is so very bad right now. In order for this to stop, you, me, and whoever else, the abusers and the ones that's been abused, we need to tell the story. We need to tell it. We need to tell it to free ourselves. Take the guilt off of you. Take the guilt off of you of what your mama did. How she abandoned you and neglected you, raped you, daddy. Take the guilt off of you. The only way the guilt is going to come off of you, you are not the victim. You are not, yes, you are the victim. You are the victim. You are the victim of someone that abused you. Let me get this straight. You are the victim. But the abusers like to make you feel like it was your fault for them doing something to hurt you and doing something wrong to violate you. So you as the victim, you must tell the story. You must tell the story. Stop hiding that you've been raped by your daddy. Stop hiding that. Stop hiding that your school teacher molested you when you was a little girl, a little boy. Stop hiding all of that. Tell the story so you can be free. So the wound, it's like a sore that you have on your body. You know, you got children that go to church that the pastors have molested them. The pastor has raped them. The pastor have fondled them and played with them. Even children up in churches go through this. With Sunday school teachers, pastors. Catholic Church. There's a lot of that go on in the Catholic Church where little, the nuns and stuff raping the kids and, having sex with the kids. The priests having sex with the little boys, raping the little boys. It's a lot of that have went on in these Catholic Church, Christian Church, all kind of churches, and everybody is acting like they are normal and nothing have happened in their life. And you have been through trauma. You have been through trauma. You have been traumatized as a child. You was traumatized as a child. Yes, traumatized. You were so traumatized. Right now, you can't even think straight. You can't feel straight. You miserable. You unhappy. You sad. You broken. You confused. You don't know why you feel so unhappy. You just traumatized. It is not nothing that you did yourself. It's something that the abusers, did to you. That's who it was. Confront the abuser. That helps too, to confront them. And I know a lot of people just so afraid to confront their abusers. I was afraid too. I knew my auntie had raped me. I knew my auntie raped me, right? Yes, I knew she raped me, right? And I carried that for so very long because, again, what they do is they make you feel like what you are doing and what they are doing with you is right and it's good and it's okay. They give you a little apple, or they go buy your bag of candy, or they go give you, 50 cent, put in your shoe. This is what my auntie used to do with me, give me 50 cent or $5. And I carried that for so long until I got tired. And then one day I confronted her and I told her, I remember what you did, Auntie. What you talking about, girl? You know what I'm saying? And right now today, she gonna die with that inside of her, what she did to her niece. So talk for kids, tell my story, Mom. I'm just here today, people. I'm just here. But you need to confess. You need to tell the story and stop hiding it. The more you hide it, the more you are the victim. You are the victim because you won't tell the story. Your mommies ain't gonna tell it, even though the dead children that they don't kill, that the dead children that have committed suicide because they were so unhappy in their homes, living with their mama and their dad. The dead little children, there's so many of them that's dying every day by the hands of their evil, wicked mamas and daddies. You got dead children that that's buried in backyards, thrown in the rivers, all everywhere, and don't nobody even know that these people killed these children. Yes, or they went missing 6 years ago. They went missing, so the parent called in and say, "Oh, my child is missing. I don't know what happened to her. Somebody kidnapped." No, what happened? I ain't gonna say all of. Yes, some children do get kidnapped. Yes, that's another thing going on. But I'm talking about those parents that have killed their own children and reported that they was kidnapped. No, they wasn't kidnapped. You killed them and you buried them somewhere. They don't nobody know where they are but you. Yes, the abuse. It is so awful to change today. It is so very, very, very bad. So very. So I'm here. I am here. I'm going to keep telling the stories. I'm going to keep talking about this as long as it is inside of me to talk about it. Yeah, I ain't going to get no 1,000 views here, 20,000 views here. See, that's how messed up emotionally. You are nothing emotionally destroyed. You rather go give 200,000 views to somebody talking about making a cake or how to love a man and how to love a woman and what you need to do to keep the man or the woman texting you or what you need to do to make them love you. You rather give 20 and 40,000 views for garbage like that. Ain't no man gonna never love you and no woman either because you too messed up emotionally. You can't love each other. You cannot love each other. Even children can't love each other because they have been through so much mental and physical abuse. They can't even love each other today. They can't come together as children and play and be happy together. Yeah, never could. I never had a good friend. Maybe one or two, yeah. But most of them children, most of the children when I was growing up, it was always they want to fight you or they want to make you something. Even the young people today cannot even come together and be together without hurting each other, killing each other, doing something to each other, cussing each other out, making each other feel bad. It's just an everlasting problem. So no, you're not going to grow up to love a man. Naisha, you're not going to grow up, Kiki, to love a man. Riri, you're not. You don't even know what love is. You don't know how to love. You've never been loved. You never felt love. You don't understand what love is. How are you going to love a man? How are you going to love yourself? You don't even know how to love yourself. How are you going to love someone else if you cannot love yourself or your own children? So I'm getting ready to leave. I just wanted to come on today to support the little children that's not here that died by the means of abuse, suicide, by the hand of somebody taking their life. I'm here as a voice for them. Their life was took in vain by some abuser that had been abused as a child. Their life was took in vain. Beat the child to death till he died because his mama used to beat him to death when he was a little boy. But he is so much rage right now. He is so much rage and anger and frustration and pain that he had to take the life of a little boy and not let them live. His mama let him live. His daddy let him live. His auntie, let him live. Whoever his abuser was. They let him live. But he didn't let little girl live. The boy lived, took his life because he been carrying the weight. He don't know how to deal with the pain of the wound trauma any longer. So he take a life because he was an innocent boy. And they began to rape, when they began to mistreat him, talk about him, reject him, and criticize him and judge him. He was an innocent soul. So he wanted to take the life of an innocent child to have him just because he been the victim, and he still is the victim of childhood abuse. Still the victim right now. He won't tell his story to nobody. He won't tell his story to nobody. Why? Because the abusers told him to keep a secret. He don't want to break the secret because they told him that, or he'll shame. He'll shame of what happened to him. So he just reacts with the behavior. It's a reaction to anger. It's a reaction to frustration. It's a reaction to this. I got to take this life so I can. Because I was weak to God. My mama wasn't happy until she beat me to death and threw me in the closet for 2 weeks without food. That's the way I'm supposed to be. That's the way I saw her treating me, her and my daddy. So you don't have to only the victim because you are still protected from abusers. And you won't tell the story of how you abuse your children, you neglected your children, you didn't do right as parents. You're still a victim too, because you was abused. So I'm getting ready to leave. I'll be back. Like this video, like it, share it. I'm trying to form like some support groups or some people where we can come on and do some lives together with some parents, like some interaction, like some interactions. If you have a radio broadcast or you have a lot of followers on your YouTube channel, invite me in as a guest. Invite me in as a guest. Let me share, let me bring some awareness. Excuse me. So subscribe and like this video. I'll be here again next week. I have good internet now. That's why I haven't been here, because I haven't had no internet, no good internet. But where I am now, I have good internet, so I will be here. And next week, I think next Saturday, or even whenever I feel like it, I'll come back on and I'm gonna share the story about my cousin that's in jail right now for 50 years of his life. I would like to tell his story next week. Talk to y'all later. Talk